Hi everyone, welcome to the second part of this particular dashboard called Center Dashboard. So right now we're going to be creating this particular part we have right here. In the previous video we've actually created this particular part we have here, which is the table view, and now it's very dynamic. So if you've not watched this particular part, go ahead and take a look at how we just got it created. And we have a filter right here as well that we can actually use to actually filter through every single thing that is actually happening right here. You see everything just get to update the way it should be. So right now we're going to be creating this from the scratch. Okay, let's straight up navigate to the workbook we are going to be using for this. So I'm just going to go right here. Already the workbook is on. This is the workbook. So what are we going to do? It's very simple and easy. What we need to do right now is that we don't have to actually recreate this over and over again. What we are supposed to do right now is just to make sure we come right here under this particular dashboard. We have to just duplicate it. So you can decide to actually hold your control and actually double click it and actually make sure you add it to this particular plus and release it. It actually have itself duplicated. So I can actually name this thing something else or whatsoever. I can leave it this way, depends on what you want to name it. So it's all your choice. After I might have done this, so what we need to do right now is just to get every single thing we have right here. We need to get it away from here. I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the last one and actually make sure I have them removed. So to remove this, just click on your delete key from your keyboard, and after you might have done this, to make sure you clear everything totally, go right to the top level right here. And what you're gonna do right now, you just have to locate, go to home, and after home, just try as much as you could to locate this particular cell style and actually say normal. So if we go back right now, you can see everything is just actually okay. But right now, we want to actually remove this particular restriction we have over, and as well, those are something we have to get it off from here. To remove this freeze pen, you just have to come to view, and from view you can see this and you can actually say unfreeze pen. So now it's gone. So when we scroll now, everything scrolls. That is okay. We can actually leave it like this. So this is the first thing we have to do. Let's see what we need to do next. Okay, right now we need to go back to where we have our data. So I'm just going to go to the top level right here. And what you're going to do is just for you to click on this particular pivot, and here we go. Come right to this particular manage right here and click on it and wait for a while to actually make sure it comes up. It's taking a little while. Okay, now it's up. What are we gonna do with this? Let's see what it is that we can do with this. So now we just have to go all the way to the top level right here. Okay, this is where we have all our data in, and every single calculation you see right on our dashboard, this is where it has been some kind of calculated. So right now, if you've not watched the first part, go actually take a look at it. That was why I call it advanced dashboard, so you can learn how to use DAX to actually get the calculation done the way it should be. So right now, we're not going to be needing this right now. I'm just going to have to close it and go to the main Power Query part. To go to Power Query to have it changed the way we really want. So let me first of all show you what we're about to do. So right now, if I go to the previous dashboard, I'm going to show you something right here on the analysis we've done. So we try to show month 6, month 7, month 8, and all of that, but we don't really have it right as month in this particular one we're actually using to analyze this. Already we have to go and configure it. So to do that, just click anywhere you are, click on data and go to queries and connections. So now this is what it is. This is what our data is like right here. So just hover over it, so you're gonna see this particular pop-up. So right now external data connection have been disabled, so we need to actually make sure we enable this by actually making sure we refresh it. And when we refresh, we can see this particular message. Just click on OK. It's just going to refresh itself and actually get the data back to the to Power Query and to the module whatsoever. So let's give it some time to actually have to go through that processes. So you can see it's counting right here. It's counting, and we're gonna refresh every single thing. So right now our data is back to life. So that is what it is. So if you have this particular kind of problem, don't worry, you're gonna have your data back as soon as you finish refreshing. Your data will be back. So right now we can go ahead and actually make sure we get to use the column we really wanted. So for now, I'm gonna close this. We don't need this for now. Hover over this, and once you hover over this, make sure you go right in it and actually go to edit. So we're going to have this particular pop-up right now. This is the Power Query environment where we can actually touch our data and actually make sure we make it the way we want to. So the first thing I'm going to do right here right now, this is the call date. So under this call data, you want to go to add column and go to this particular column from. Right here you can see column from. I want to actually say from selection. So once I have done this, I want to come this way and say here is my month number. So right now, what am I going to do? I'm just going to type in here, make sure I'm seeing the month number I want to actually make use of. So what am I going to do now is this. I'm going to scroll all the way down to this particular end where I can see the month. So now here is it. So number 6 is what we want. Just type in 6. Make sure you have this particular place clicked. So I'm going to type 6 right there. Hit the enter. And now you have to just say okay, and everything just work the way it is, and it add a new step right here for you. Now these are all the months we have. If I click right here right now, I can see we have the month numbers like from month number 6, 7, 8. But this is not what we really wanted, so we want to actually add another column. And now the column is just going to be from this particular month number here. So what I'm going to do right now is just to click on this and say from selection. And this time around, what we need to do is just going to say month name. So that is what it is. So now I'm going to say month. So I can put a dash like this, month 6. I hit enter. I have every single thing. I click on OK, and it's gonna work just like that. You know, let's take a look at that. So if I click right here right now, you can see I have month 6, month 7, and month 8. That's exactly what I really wanted to do. And now I can go ahead and remove this because I don't really need it. It's just a supporting column, so it will not affect anything, and we are just good to go. It doesn't really touch anything. So now that we are done from here, what am I going to do? I'm just going to say go to home and say close and load. So it's just going to load to what? Load to module, and it's going to get itself connected and all of that. So we're going to be good to go in a jiffy. So right there, we are good to go right now. So let us go back and see what it is that we have right here. On this particular part, this is where we want to actually fill something. So I'm just going to go to this sheet, to the analysis right here, and I'm gonna scroll all the way down to this end. So those are all the columns you want to actually work with. For now, I'm gonna have this closed, and once I have that closed, I just want to bring this particular field list right up. So now here we go. So I want to check this particular one I just got created. It's called month name right here, and I'm gonna bring my month name. So my month name is just gonna go across this way, and this is what I really wanted to get right. So alright, in case you think you're missing something, please kindly go and watch the video number 1. You would definitely understand how we did everything, how we created every single, you can see what we are seeing right here is not our usual calculation in normal Excel edit. Now you see how we just got everything created through this particular part right here. Number 1 will just help you to actually get it. I'm going to leave a link beneath this very video for you guys. So right now, the first we're going to do right now is very important. It's just like the total record. So what we're going to be following now is this particular one right here, just to make it easier for us. So now that is it. I'm going to get to total code right here, but it looks some kind of weird. So remove values down to this particular row level, and now we're going to have it where we really wanted it to be. Okay, now that we've got that right now, I want to see how many calls handle had been actually taken. To that calls, handle call is just going to be this. So right here, I have that. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is the average call is what I need to do. Here is my average call right here. That is my average call. So I just want to get every single column right here, and I'll come back to you guys. Okay, right now we've just gotten everything right here. Before we go on, let me show you what we're about to actually get to create. So right now, here is what we're trying to create, this particular very nice table right here. I'm going to show you how to do it and actually get a particular trend right here. Every single time we change your filter, right, then the trend is just going to change alongside with the filter we just got placed on it. So right now, let's say I just go right here to this filter, have it opened. Now you can see how this particular trend just get the filter right here. Can you see that? So it's changing. So this is exactly what we want to do. Let's take it out to the other workbook and see how we can do that. So the first thing we're going to do right now that we have just gotten it analyzed is for we to make sure we get this data down to our table, our data dashboard area. So we're going to get it right here. I'm going to type in my equal to and go right to this particular analysis and pick from the top level right here. I'm going to hit enter. So I'm just going to drag this down to this where. So we just have to drag it. So now we have just gotten this right. So what we need to do right now is just to make sure we highlight both of them and actually have it drag all the way down right here. Oh, too much of it. Okay, now we're just gonna go this way. Still want to go one more. We still need to go one more, right? Okay, it's finished. So I'm just gonna have to get this away from here. I'm gonna get this away from here. What I'm gonna do right now is just to make sure I have it all highlighted as well. So I'm gonna highlight every single thing we have right here and come to this particular top level, go to view and turn on this particular headings right here so that I can actually adjust it the way I really want it. So before I have it adjusted, I'm just gonna go all the way down. So for now, I want to make sure I adjust it a little bit to what I really desire. So I can actually double click and actually open it all at once. And after I've done that, come right here, make sure you're actually hovering over this, just like what I have gotten right now. If your cursor is turning this way, scroll all the way down till you get to the last part of it so that you can actually do it all at once. So once you've done that, take it off full screen and scroll all the way to the top level right here. I think I just got the release, so sorry for that. So right now that I've done this, I can actually go right here and double click it. I have it some kind of being small as this, so I can go ahead and open it a little bit till you're satisfied. That is too much, so we're gonna actually make sure we go and close it a little bit, and that is exactly what I really wanted to have out of that. So now we can start to transform this into the kind of table we really want to have. And the first thing we're gonna do right now, all this is just some kind of a bunch of percentage. So holding a Control plus Shift and the percentage sign on your keyboard is gonna do this for you, all of that. So we need it to be on 1 decimal point. Go to the top level right here and go to home, and from home you can actually see 1 on the 1 decimal point. That is exactly what it is. So right now what we need for this now is just in 1 decimal point, because it's the average calls handle, total of calls whatsoever. So I'm just gonna go to number, and from number, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna put it on 1 decimal, and I'm gonna make sure I go and hit OK. That's exactly what we really want to do. And this one, they're gonna be on 1000, and very simple and easy. Okay, so we have it just like this. That is very nice. So the next we're gonna do right now is just that we want to actually make sure we actually some kind of have them copied. Okay, sorry, we don't need to do this highlight of a thing. So we can actually highlight everywhere here. So before we do this, in case you've not done this before, so just need to highlight any of these particular shapes we have right here. And after you might have highlighted it, just Control A. Once you've done that, right click on it and actually go to you're gonna go to format object. And from format object, what you need to do, you need to come right to this particular top level where it says size and properties, and make sure you go to properties right here and actually say don't size with don't move or size with cell. That's all you need to do. Now we can actually go ahead and affect it the way we really want it. So I'm just gonna go right like this and actually make sure I actually make it this way, and now I can actually open it a little bit. Can open it up. So now it has been opened. So once I've done this, I think I love the way it is right now. I can come right here and have this open totally. This is exactly what I need to do. So we are about to just get it transformed the way this one is right now to make sure it's turned the way we have this right here. So let's watch that. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to make sure I come right here and actually format this particular aspect here. Okay, there is nothing special on this. Just make a highlight, and once you've just highlighted it, what you need to do is just to Control B and actually have it on bold. That is all you need to do. And to format it properly the way we really want it to do this is just for you to highlight this particular aspect here and go to the top level and actually make sure we change the color to something different. So we want to actually go ahead and use this particular black color. And once we've done that, we don't need to do it over and over again. I can actually copy this by double clicking it. I have it copied again. I'll give it down to this, and I'll give it to this. Don't worry, we are affecting the whole formatting, so we'll have to do that and arrange that back again. So I'm just gonna give it after this. Give it after this. I'll go ahead and actually do the formatting. So right now we have just gotten this done. Let's just give it back the formatting. So the next thing we have to do to have it formatted, I'm just going to highlight all the values plus the header. I'm going to go to the top level right here and go and make sure we centralize every single thing we have right here. So I want to go right on this and highlight it and actually make sure we have some kind of centralized. That is exactly what it is. But this is just going to remain where it is. I'm going to change the value or the name we have right here right now. Make sure, okay, fine, go remain where you are. And after we might have done that, let us go back here and type something different right on this. So you want to change this towards to metrics, and that is exactly what we need to do, get it the way it should be. So right now we have changed, so we need to format it a little bit and make sure it looks very nice on what we have right here. But before then, we want to actually add a trend line. I'm going to come right here and type trend trends. Okay, now we need to add a trend line. For the first time, how do we do that? We need to highlight this particular part right here, and once we've just gotten this highlighted, let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to zoom to go to the top level right here, and I'm going to go to insert, and from insert, what am I going to see? I'm going to see this particular line right here. You can see this kind of trend line we have. So I'm going to use this particular spark line to create my trend, and once I've done that, I'm going to actually have to move this right here. So now we have this right here. So for we to fill this range, we're just going to have to make sure we highlight every single thing we have right here. Once we've done that, we can just hit enter, and the trend line is being created for us. So now on a monthly basis, this is how the trend just went and all of that. So in this particular month, the total records we have more records in month 8 than month 6 and 7. And right here you can see the month is actually changing. So this one is going down, so it's coming up and actually go down gradually, something like that and all of that. So now when we place filter right now, we'll understand what it is better, and that is exactly what we need to do for the first time. So after that I've gotten this done, let's see how we can actually get this formatted. So I'm just gonna have to close this a little bit. Okay, we have something like this that can still tell story about what we have. So we have just gotten this done. So what is the next thing we can do is for we to make sure the header is actually what it is that we really want. So I'm just going to make sure I have it formatted pretty nicely. So right now we need to change the color of the header. So go to the home, and from here I'm going to choose this, and you know what it is, I want to use this particular type. So right here I'm going to put it on bold, and we need to quickly change the color to something white. Yeah, exactly, change the color to white, and this is what we need to do. And now we just have to get the trend lines in the same proportion of it. I don't know, oh sorry for that. Okay, nicely. So we need to actually affect this alone, and I'm gonna do this and do this and go right. I think this is exactly what we need to do to have it done the way it should be. So we've just gotten this done. One thing is left for we to actually do right now. Let's guess what that is gonna be. So if you come right here, you can see some borders and some colors, right? That is different. That gives our dashboard some kind of flavor that will make it some kind of very good looking. This is exactly what we're trying to do. We don't just have to leave it as a mere table. No, not like that. So we'll actually make sure we transform it to something different. So we highlight all the way from here down to the end of it. So Control 1 will help us to bring this up. So if you're a number, just come to border. So select border and come right here and select the color you want to have for it. So for now, I want to have this particular kind of color. And once I've gotten that color, I want to just get something like this, something thicker than that right here. I want to get this so we can see what we have right now. I'm going to click on OK. This is what we have. So we might not see it quite well, but it adds some kind of little feel to what we have right here. That is okay. To create the rest of the design, we just have to go to the top level right here and pick on this particular type of shape. We go to this particular shape right here, and here we go, we pick this. So we can just drag this. So that's exactly what it is. I forgot to show you something, guys. Let me go ahead into this particular finished part and come right to this particular part of icon, or you can go to home and actually click on this particular analysis right here, and you can see icon. So you can use this kind of icons we have right here. Just get it downloaded and actually use it on your own personal project. It's for free. So if you don't have Excel 2019 or Excel 365, you won't have access to this particular kind of shapes or kind of icons we have right here. But right now, I give you guys for free to actually get to use it to actually make your projects very some kind of good. So I'm just going to turn it this way, and let us give it a little formatting. So just going to make it this way. Now I'm going to bring it up down to this particular aspect. So we just have to cover from here. I'm going to drag it down and bring it down here, and make sure I make it to cover down to this particular aspect. So now we need to do some kind of drag it to this particular end here. So right now we need to reduce the curve because of the trend line. So once we've just done this, what we need to do right now is just to Control 1. And once we've done this Control 1, we come to the line part right here. We just want to say, for now, we want to say we don't have to use any line, no line. So yeah, no lines. We're going to go to the fill color and change the fill color to something like this now. And we have to remove the transparency a little bit. We have to make it transparent. So now we can have it duplicated and change the color to something else. So when I change the color, that is going to make it some kind of fit into what we are doing. So we just want to go some kind of this darker one. So we have something like this. So is all your choice. You can actually format it the way you really wanted it to be. So give it some kind of format that actually suit your project, all of that. So now we have something like this. So I can actually go ahead and actually make sure we have it in the middle of this. So it's touching this, and this is as well. Hold it, drag it all the way down till you get to this particular aspect. So once you've just gotten here, you can release it. And now we need to take this one right here, and actually drag it all the way down to cover this particular last one here. And we can see, if I go on full screen right now, you can see the kind of feel it gives to our work that is too bright. So we want to actually go ahead and remove and reduce it a little bit. So now we can actually go ahead and make sure to reduce this a little bit and all that. So let's see what we have if I get to kind of select this away from here right now. So now this is what it is, just like what we have in the previous one. So we are very almost there. So this is exactly what it is. So next part we're going to be doing right now is to see how we can actually get to create those chat that actually speak to the bottom about our call center and all of that. So go right here, I'm going to click on the dashboard area. Right now is this particular part we have to just get to create. So we need to go back to analysis and see what else do we need to get. So for now, I can actually copy this because I want to actually be making use of this over and over again. I don't have to create this over and over again now. So in case you have not been following up on my tutorial from the part 1, you might be thinking, how did you get this data you're actually using? It's very simple. You want to get this data? Let me show you how we get the data and where we have our data right in, because we don't have the data right on any of these particular sheets we have right here. We have no data that actually has to do with this. So right now, those are what we have actually worked on previously. Go to the video number 1, you get to see that. So go right to the top left right here and go to this particular power pivot, and from there go to manage, and here we go. We have this particular data right here. I can actually go ahead and actually show you how much data we have right in here. So we have plenty of data right here, and now we have more than one table. We have agent and we have a team leader, and after that we have some kind of related, so which is by creating relationship, just like your VLOOKUP. You know, my VLOOKUP, you know. Okay, right now here we go. We created a relationship right here. It's very, very professional to actually have it done this way. Instead of me to be creating some kind of every single time relationship between your data to your under sheet or the under workbook whatsoever, using VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, or HLOOKUP whatsoever, you can actually have it done this way. It's very much efficient. So now after you have done this, go to data view right here. So when you come back to data view, you can see this pivot table right here. You can create pivot table from your data, and this is what we're going to create pivot table from, this particular data part right here. So we want to create pivot table from this and all of that. So now you can click on this particular pivot table. When you click on pivot table right here, so what do you see? You see a lot of things. So it's asking you, do you want to actually create pivot table, pivot chart, or chart and table horizontally or vertically and all of that? So what do you really want? So we don't want any of this, but we just want to create a pivot table. That was how I just got to create my first pivot table. I'm going to click on it and you're going to see what is going to happen right now. So it's asking me, where do I really want this to go? And that's exactly what I need to do. So it's asking me, do I want the existing sheet or the new sheet? I'm going to say existing. So once I say existing, I'm going to go right to where I really wanted it to be. So that is existing worksheet, right? So I'm going to click on OK right here, and it's telling me that I have data right already in here, so it cannot really overlap. Yes, of course. So now what do? I'm going to get this away from here. I should be able to actually get it default to this particular aspect. So I cannot get it down to this particular aspect. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to first of all click right in here and go back and pick my pivot table the way I wanted it to be. You can actually go ahead right now, pivot table. I'm going to say existing worksheet. I'm going to click on OK right now, and there we have it. So we have a new pivot table right here right now. This is what it is. So now we can actually get to decide to do what we really want from it. So that amount we just got created data time is still the amount we're going to be using again. I'm going to go right to this particular data pad right here. The month name, I'm going to locate the month name. I have my month name right here. I'm going to drag it all the way down. So once I have dragged my month name right all the way down right here, let's see what columns we really want and what analysis are we trying to pull from here is very, very important. So now we want to get total call handle right in here. So we just have to scroll all the way down. So to get total call handle time, so we just have to pull this value right here. This is the call handle time. But is that what you're looking for? Like the first question you need to ask yourself, is this what I am looking for? So that was why I said you should go ahead and watch the video number 1. You will definitely understand all the columns and what they do and all of that, because we created all this from the scratch and we definitely understand every single thing if we keep actually going through it over and over again. But if you have not actually followed us in the video number 1, you wouldn't understand what is going on right here. So call handle time is the time of calls, so it's not what we're looking for. Call handle simply means how many calls are being received. That is what we really need to actually get to use. And the next thing again is the call with acceptance. How many calls we accepted from the total calls that actually entered. So we're gonna just go for call with acceptance. So what is this right here? And the next one is for we to go for call with offer. How many offers do we really have on this call? So we have, right? So I think call with an offer is just gonna be this one right here. This is the column we need to just get pulled. I've just gotten this right here. The next thing is just for we to create a chart that actually shows what it is that we're trying to get into. So what do we need to do first? We can actually get the format so that whoever comes to the back end of our dashboard will definitely know what is going on right here. So I'm just going to go to the top level, go to design, and from design I want to go to this particular report layouts on tabular form. And for now I don't need the grand total. I want to turn it off. All of that. This is what I have, very clean, right? So we just have to change, go to chart and actually make sure we get the chart right to help us with what we really want to do. So I'm just going to pick up this particular type of chart right here, and I want to get this particular value away from here. And for now, do I need this? I think no, I don't need it. I'm going to take it off as well. So that is what we need to do. So now under the total acceptance, we want to actually make sure we change this to a line chart. And how do we do that? It's very simple and easy to do. Just go to what change series and come right here and change this to a line chart. That is all we want to do. Can you see that? So we prefer that to be on a line chart. That is what it is. You can see the total call accepted is on a line chart. So we can see we have what call, total calls and call on offer, both on the same chart type and all that. So now the legend is just gonna be moved to the top level. So we move the legend to the top level and we can now see what we have right now. This is the first thing we're going to do, and we have to get it quickly to our chart part right here, which is the dashboard part, and make sure it sits well at a place where it's going to actually pick volume to our dashboard. I can actually go ahead and have this closed and I'll then see what I have. So now we're not really done with here. We still need to create more charts. So let's see what it is that we can actually get to create. So we have to go back to analysis, and what we need to do this time around, we just need to copy this and actually bring it all the way down. We still want to use the same thing, so we just have to bring the field list back up, and now we have to remove any of this as we don't need them. We just need the amount to be used, and we want to go for the breakage right here. So in case you don't understand what the breakage is all about, I can take you to where you're going to understand what the breakage is all about. Okay, don't worry, I got you covered. So right here, as you can see, we have this particular metrics and we have the definition of every single metric right here. I am not going to read through all this, so once you have it downloaded, go through it, you understand what is going on right here on every single thing we have right on this particular part. So after this, we want to go for the percentage of call that has an applied offer, which is this particular one right here. So once we've just gotten this down, so we just want to actually go ahead and actually chart it and see how the trend just actually go. So we want to actually go create the kind of chart we really want to use for it. So I'm going to go for this, and the same thing I'm going to do is just for me to remove any of this right here. I'm going to hide it out. So we just have to get this away from here. We don't need it. It's not very much important. I want to get this particular one to the top level, just like we had done in the previous one. So here we go, we have it. So we can actually make sure we move this away from here down to our chart area. So let's see. So now we need to use the breakage as the line, as the line for the chart. So we want to just go ahead and actually change this to line and all this. So now we can go ahead and say okay to it and all of that. So this is what we have. Quickly, we can actually take this and go ahead and actually have it on our dashboard area right here. So I'm going to click on this and actually make sure I take this down. I don't have to go cut it away. I'm going to have this close to make sure I have it arranged the way it should be perfectly. So we just have to move this quickly down to this particular down part here and all that. So we actually, getting the kind of arrangement we really wanted right now. So it's taking a lot of shape. So don't worry, when we add our slicer, you'll see what's going right here. That is not what's very important. What is important right now is actually the field of what it is, the information we actually gathering right here. So we can go ahead and actually click on both of them. I'm gonna go and actually make it some kind of wider. Okay, we have just gotten this created, and it's very pretty simple and easy. So in case you're actually thinking of like, oh, where did you get this from? I don't know, you should have shown us. is very swift and easy. You're just gonna click back on it. We just definitely go to the top left right here. I'm gonna have to collapse this, and here we go. We have the team leader name right here, and that was exactly what I've shown you previously on our pivots part right here, where we have we'll have this right here. And if we go to the relationship part, you can see we have it related to the some kind of one-to-many relationship. So we have one of it existed right here, but it actually repeats itself over and over. That was how we have this star we have right here, which is many. I can see right here, if I hover over it, it's saying team leader ID to under team leader ID right here. That actually is some kind of peculiar to its name right there. So right now, I hope you actually catch that particular patch. We actually got it. So we drop this down, and we actually came right here to create to drag some columns right in, and we're able to actually create and actually see the distinction between call applied, call with an offer, and accepted calls, all of that. So right now, we can get this to a dashboard and see what it is that we can actually go ahead and actually do. So I'm going to drop it right here, have this closed right now. I'm going to go to the top level, go to view, and click on normal. Okay, now here we go. We have this done. So we can actually go ahead and make sure we take this all the way down a little bit. So I'm going to make sure it goes down. Don't worry, we can actually, we try the color in a jiffy. You'll see what it is that we're going to have and how beautiful it's going to look like. So I'm going to have it closed right now, and then we just have to drag this to the top level. So we just need to get this down here. So we need to drag this all the way right here. So once we've done that, we need to make sure we size it and this is at the same. And here we go, it's something like this. So now if we want to change the color, there is something we need to do. Just for we to go and change the color, we just need to go to format, sorry, design right here, and once we check on design, we can see a lot of colors we can actually change. So I love this particular color for this, so I can actually go ahead and use this color and make sure the color rhymes with your dashboard. That's exactly what you need to actually consider for before you choose any depth color. I can decide to go with this color right now. It actually rhymes out of that. So when you scroll down, you see more of the colors you can actually get to use to actually achieve the same thing we have just achieved right here. So I want to go with this color. That as well goes. So we can actually just choose from the colors we have right here. Anyone that actually fits in very well would definitely be a goal for our work right now. So we want to go with this. As you can see, the dashboard is always as you should expect it to be. So going back to the analysis part, let's see what we're going to do right now to see how to get the top 3 call agents with the highest call offers. Oh, sorry for this. I'm just going to get this away from here because we don't need it, because I actually tapped on it. So I'm going to paste this right in here. And from there, I'm just going to go ahead and actually right click on it, go to the field list, and from field list, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to get this away from here. We just want to leave call offer. So we should get this away from here. Quickly, call offer. We want to get this away. So I want to get call with an offer away from here as well. So now we have this particular call applied. Doing call applied. So what we needed was call offer. So we can actually go ahead and pick it up. So for now, I'm going to go for the agent name. So now here we go. We have lots of them. So we can't use all of them. So I want to go to the particular data pad right here and go ahead and choose call offer, the highest call offer. So call offer is what we're looking for. So total call with an offer. So we're going to pick this right now. So we need the top 3 people with total call with an offer. So right click on this and actually go to filter, and quickly you can create your top 3 or top 4, whatever you want to actually create and get to use. So as per, we need the top 3, just click on 3 and we have the top and all of that. So we have this. I can go copy this and actually have it pasted right in here. And right now we don't want to go with call offer again or call on offer again. So we want to go on different thing. This time around, we want to go with call with acceptance. People with the call agent that has the highest acceptance call, or the highest picked call, or whatsoever you want to call it. So you want to go right here and actually go locate the people with call acceptance. So we don't need the percentage of call acceptance. We don't need the total call acceptance. This is exactly what we need to get right now. We should get that. And I can actually go ahead and click the filter to be satisfied. Now I can create the filter again and go, doesn't cost a thing, go right here. And we need the top 3 of this particular people. and we can go ahead and actually say, okay, fine, that is good. So right now we can go ahead and choose to see what kind of chart we want to actually use to get this created. So we want to go ahead and use this kind of chart here. So when I use this particular bar chart type, and I'm going to click on OK, and I want to get to remove all this from here. So go ahead and right click and get it removed, and we can actually give it some kind of header right here. Top, you can say top call accepted. So top call accepted. We can decide to just be specific about the kind of top it is. So maybe top is gonna be top 3. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So now we have this, right? So we can say the top 3 call accepted. So okay, so here we go, the top 3 call accepted by agent. So we can go ahead and actually get this to a dashboard. Right now is cool, we just have something like this. So we can go ahead there and actually go ahead and get this removed, and that we can actually make this particular one small. So by clicking right here, we can actually make it smaller so that you can actually get to fit right on our dashboard. So I'm gonna get it away from here down to the dashboard area. So I'm gonna have to drop it here and have this close to make sure I set it rightly the way it should be and where it belongs. So we're gonna drag down this and put it right here, all of that. So when you create your own, try to arrange it the way it should be properly, so that you can actually have a very nice looking, style of chart or whatever. So I can go right here and go and do this. Okay, now we have both of them right here. So we just have to make sure we make the color to be some kind of correlating with other part of it. So we want to go for this particular kind of color, and we just have to choose a different color for that is still like be some kind of resonating with what we have. So what if we go for this? So that is nice, right? I love that. So now let us see if we filter this, how is it gonna look like? We need to go ahead and actually add a filter to every single thing we had done right here. So right now when I add a filter to this, so for we to add a filter, go to this particular field list, and we come right to this particular aspect here, and what filter do we need for it? So we need to filter for the month. When I go ahead and locate the month, and here is the month name, right click on it and say add slicer. So we just added a slicer right in here. So now you can see it's filtering through every single thing we have right in here, right? That's exactly what it is. So it's filtering through all this, right? So this is what we need to do to actually get it done, and all that. So it's very, very simple and easy. So I can go ahead and actually apply the same thing for this. So now it's changing. Go ahead and actually apply the same thing for this. I believe it should be right on it right now. So it's changing value every single time we actually click the filter, the value just get to change and all of that. So we still need one more filter, and what is the filter gonna be like? So the filter should be a filter coming from what coming from this particular agent right here. I think I can go for the agent leader, and I'm going to click on this particular part and add a slicer. And once I've gotten this done, so what I'm going to do right now is just for me to get this away from here down to the dashboard area, so we can actually have it dropped and quickly formatted the way it should be. I'm going to go to the top level right here and go to this particular option, and from option I want to make it 3. So now that is what it is. So I can actually go ahead and make it some kind of smaller. So go ahead and do this. So a little, okay, I think it's okay now. So here we go. I'm going to be referring you to a particular place you can actually have the the navigation that you see right on this. So here we go. Let me just go right to this particular aspect here. So if you can see, we're navigating through this right now, but when we click this, it hides and it shows itself back again, all of that. So I have a dedicated video for this that can actually help you to create something like this. But right now we just want to connect the slider to make sure it's working, just like what this one is actually doing right now. Everything is changing and all of that. So I want to show you how to just get this particular part of it rightly. So let's go back right on it. Okay, sorry. Okay guys, if you want to watch the Power BI patch, so we have the Power BI version as well right here. It's very, very interesting. You can actually go ahead and take a look at the Power BI version and see how the Power BI version can be of help to you as well if you actually use Power BI. And if it's your first time to actually start working on Power BI, you are going to learn a lot on the Power BI version once I started dropping the video on the Power BI version. So those are what we have on the Power BI version. So if you're very interested, and if not been a subscriber on my YouTube channel previously before now, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be doing a lot with Power BI this time around. So very much with Power BI. So let's go back to the Excel part right here, and here we go on this part. So right now you can see it's not everything that is actually using the filter right now. It's just a few part of the dashboard that is actually making use of the filter. So we want to actually go ahead and connect to every part of the dashboard. So my own connection is always different than every other person's connection. So I want to go right here and actually make sure I connect this to what I'm going to connect this to my gonna go right here. I'm gonna go right on the connection. I want to connect it to my team leaders. So go ahead and have this connected to my team leaders as well. It's very important. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect to my team leaders. That is exactly how it is. So there are so many ways to actually do this connection, but that is the best way. I think is actually really cool with connections out there. So now we're just gonna disconnect. I want to get this particular one connected to the team leaders as well. So get it connected. You want to go for the connection for the team leaders, but not for the month, because already we have it on the month filter. So we're gonna scroll all the way down this way, and now this one is gonna be for the go right forward for the month. So go get it for the month, not for the team leader. So that is it. So we just want to scroll down to this way, and we want to go for the month and the team leader as well. So we want to go for every part or the two filters we have right on it. So we just make sure we get the filter connected, right? So now finally we just have to connect this filter, and that is the work we want to do. We have done it out. So let's go back to our dashboards and see how everything's just actually changing now. Okay, I think we have not connected this particular part right here. We just need to go back and see what have we not done, and we need to just quickly go ahead and actually have it connected. Why that is, I think that should be this particular part right here we have not connected. So we just need to quickly connect it, go back on it, and actually click right here, and we have it to connect. We have to connect that to month. Okay, let's see what it is we are doing now. If we click on the filter, so we have the filter working rightly the way it should be. Okay, we have made a mistake. We should actually remove the monthly filter right from this particular part, because it's not going to really work well for us. So we need to go back and actually have it removed. Sorry, pardon for that particular, little mistake right there. So we need to just get a month filter away from here and out there. So we don't need to actually apply the month filter right on it. I will just go ahead and clear the filter, and now here we go. So we can go back and see what it is that we have. So nicely it's working right for us. So now every single time we place filter for the team leaders. So you see the trend line. Now you can see the trend lines we have right now. Currently you see the trend lines. Now you can see the trend line. So when we go back right now, I actually change this particular filter, and the trend line actually changes as well. So it's showing the monthly trend right here. So on this particular month 7, it went all the way down, but from month 6 to month 8 it's actually up. So month 8 is more up at the top than the month 6 right here, and you see this right here. So here we have the month 7 to be up, and the 2 months are always there, all of that. So that is exactly what it is that you need to actually know about this. So right now, guys, it is very awesome, guys. We have done a lot, so we can actually go ahead and actually close this, and now the filter just get to remove. So you can actually decide to apply what? To apply the we just want to put the tally bill right on it, apply that on it. So the tally bill right here, we're gonna actually we want to go for this tally bill, and this is what it is. So we have this right here. I can go ahead and format it and actually make sure it fits into what you really want, and actually make sure you'll get it to be looking so nice, just like my own dashboard. So all I just need to do is just to give you a head up on what you need to do to have your dashboard created. So you might not have the perfect dashboard just like I have right here, but if you sit down and create it step by step, you will definitely get to create it and get something beyond what I have gotten. So get the data set downloaded, start using it ASAP, and actually see what it is that you can actually achieve to learn this. But it is very paramount. I mean, it's important for you to actually watch the video number 1 to see how everything goes, and keep watching and go through the playlist to watch this particular part right here. I'm going to create with Power BI. If you're a Power BI fan, if you don't know anything about Power BI and you want to learn Power BI, it's a great place for you to start learning Power BI ASAP and all of that. So Power BI is a very nice, cool tool you can actually learn and you'll be great when it comes to analysis, and your boss is gonna like, wow, I love all the work you had been doing all this while. Where did you learn all this? So don't worry, stay tuned, stay blessed, be part of my member. So if you want to help this channel to grow, you can actually go ahead and actually be a member, and you'll be receiving a lot of content, and this particular dashboard template will be given to you 100% without having a restriction right on it. Both the data set and the visual I have right on it, you'll be getting it every single time I have any dashboard created. So go ahead and actually choose any of the membership that is of your power, and let's see how we can meet right there to give you great content. So thank you guys for watching. Keep watching, get our decision. Bless you, bless all of us. Keep staying very, very cool with yourself.